Hi, my name is Zoe. I live in Wichita, Kansas. I'm going to be attending Wichita State University this fall, couple weeks. I'm very excited about it. I'll be majoring in psychology. Um, I'm very excited about psychology. I love people. I love getting to know people. Um, I have two younger siblings. I have a brother who's 13 who has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and then I have a younger sister who is 14. I chose to study psychology in college because I just love people. I was kind of a nerd in high school and middle school. I love every single subject. I never had a class I didn't like or a book I didn't like in English class or anything like that. I love to learn, but I decided that the common factor between every subject was really just the people in the classes. So I decided that talking to people is what I want to do. I'm looking to be a therapist. So as a sibling with a brother with Duchenne, I strongly considered going into a medical field as my profession for college and my future career. There was a lot of pressure there. A lot of people were like, oh, you have this great opportunity, which is great, and I think that some siblings of Duchenne should definitely do that if that's something they're passionate about. Every sibling wants to be the one to create the cure or help make devices, something that will help the Duchenne community. But I think it's important not to do something that you aren't passionate about just because you feel obligated. I realized that I was not cut out for the medical world. I can't handle shots or anything like that. I would love to be a doctor, but I would not be a good one. So I think it's important to realize that and to realize that you can do your part to help the Duchenne community in other ways. So being a sibling in the Duchenne community comes with a lot of ups and downs. I think anyone can agree with that. One of the hardest parts is obviously just watching anybody that you love constantly struggle is painful. For some people, it can be really insensitive because a lot of people don't even know what Duchenne is. They've never heard of it, and if they have, they still don't quite understand what it is really. Recently, I've had some health problems, which I think I had problems with long COVID, but somebody's parent actually asked me if I have what my brother has, which I thought was both really sad and really funny at the same time, just the lack of understanding that people have, even people who know me and know my brother. However, there are also a lot of really good things. I think my personal favorite thing is just the personal growth that I've had because of it. I think I would be very different without my brother, and it gives me a sense of purpose and kind of a cause to fight for. So some advice that I would give to parents of kids with Duchenne and kids that don't have Duchenne would be try really hard to spend equal amounts of time with both kids. I know it's really, really difficult because there's so many responsibilities that come with a child with Duchenne, but I think it's important to at least tell your other children why, especially if they're younger and they don't really understand. And then my other advice would be don't stop doing fun family traditions like vacations and that type of stuff, because I know it can be really intimidating when you have a kid with who has trouble walking or is in a wheelchair. It's really hard to go places, but it is still possible, and there are places that you can go that are accessible and can still be really fun. So some advice that I would give a sibling in the Duchenne community would be try really hard to be comfortable talking about Duchenne more, because I really struggled with that. Just because it's a really hard topic and a lot of people don't understand, but that's why we need to talk about it more, because no change can happen if nobody even knows what it is. Something I would want the world to know about it would be that when most people see somebody in a wheelchair, they kind of assume that the physical health and the mental health are connected. They assume that because their muscles don't work, that their brain doesn't work either, which is really sad for them because they're missing out. I recently worked as a volunteer at Neuromuscular Access Initiative's Camp Milton. I'm wearing the shirt right now. So that's a camp for neuromuscular disorders. So the primary disorder there is Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And it was such a good experience. I highly suggest anybody go volunteer there or send your kids there if they have a disorder. But my primary takeaway from that would be that a lot of those kids have the best sense of humor that you will ever find, just because they kind of have to. It's really hard living with something like that, so the sense of humor is a huge part of their lives.